I gotta pause this over here. What's up, everybody? My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. If you don't, I will rub COVID in your face. Too soon? Too soon. I've got a GoPro that's blinking and won't stop blinking. It's been more than 24 hours now. So I got that going for me. There's no memory card in it. You can push the buttons, nothing happens. You can hold the buttons, nothing happens. You can hit it with a hammer, nothing happens. Luckily, I paid $15 for the warranty at Amazon for it. So the tally for yesterday, flying with Steele, was an RC25G lens, a Acon AK32 35 amp ESC, 4 standoffs that were holding said ESC, potentially this GoPro. I guess that's 4. 4 motor bells, not at the same time. An X plate. The X plate down here on the bottom of the glide frame. One of the base plates, a glide base plate, a little bit, but it should be okay for another couple slams. And countless props. And 3 battery straps. So, an awesome, amazing day. Get your ass out and fly the apocalypse, everybody. You will be able to fly spots that you'll probably never be able to fly again. It'll be safe. Don't just go totally bananas. Like, keep your brain in your head and be safe. But yeah, get out and fly, everybody. Go to the closest big city with the biggest buildings and just hammer them. So yes, that's the most important thing you'll get out of tonight. Now we can close and everybody goes to sleep. Who do we have in the chat? It looks like we've got a little bit of 4U FPV action. Airbender FPV, Andy, Big Willie FPV, Bill Bryant, Blake, Blackbeard, Brent Vogelslang. Oh, I've gotten it right like 3 or 4 times in a row, and then I biffed it tonight. Brett Vogelsang, Brutal FPV, Cement Kids, Copter 612, Kaz FPV, Dan Richmond, Dave's FPV, Free Lojo, Gapman FPV, that's a fun name, John Solo, Just Because, Ken Hill, Crunked, Leaderbuck FPV, Lollipop, Mark Emerson, Market Zero, Metal Dirt Skin FPV, Michael Smith, Mr. Shady, Nabi FPV, Nathaniel LaBouffe, Noah Like That Ark, Noah Like the Ark, Pilot Potro. Why? But why? Why Pilot Pot Roast? I mean, with a name that cool, it doesn't need to be a why, but I am curious. Robbie B, Ronbo RC, Roscoe in the house, Scott Biddle, Super Deluxe, Tannard, Tiago Ramos, Tommy Lou, and William Barlow. Here's the deal, everybody. Tonight we're doing the 4 giveaways as usual. You've got a Patreon link down here somewhere. If you hit that Patreon link, go over to the Patreon page. You can get in on one of the 3 tiers to get in on tonight's giveaways. Tonight we've got some toothpick motors, 1S520s. We're doing some a kit of Tiny's LEDs and this really cool little power box thing that we'll talk about in a bit. And then we're doing a set of 5 because you never buy 4. Never, ever, ever buy 4. And I won't even give away 4. So a set of 5 Emax RS2 2306. These are 1600s, but I also have 2600s. So whoever wins will get to pick. I don't want to screw somebody into changing voltages because that can be expensive. And then for our super chat giveaway, we're going to do one of these amazing Newbie Drone lanyards. Shout out to Newbie Drone. They've been super cool, hooking us up with some stuff on the stream. Yeah, just an awesome company. So shout out to them. Also shout out to Tiny's LEDs for sending a bunch of these guys over, which we're going to have on pretty much every stream. So look forward to that. Next month is going to be frame month. I might be able to give away 3 frames every single Monday. I can't guarantee it, but there's a chance. Every single Monday of April, I'll be able to give away a toothpick or tiny whoop. Well, it'll be a toothpick frame. Oh, that's going to be hard. Nah, I'll make it work. Toothpick frame, a 3-inch-ish micro brushless frame and 5-inch frame every single Monday. So if you hit the Patreon now, you'll get in on tonight's and then the next 3 Mondays worth of giveaways. And then there's a tier in there as well if you have all the above. If you want to be in 12 giveaways a month, there's a tier for that. Ugh! I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say the stupid quote from the stupid commercials. What else is going on? Here's how things are looking. This is the 4S rig that I'm testing these T-Motor Pacer 2207.5s, and they have cobwebs on them for some reason. I was just out flying them. 2555s. I am almost done the testing with these motors, and then these will be giveaways as well. I have only bashed the living hell out of one of them, and it really took the hit well. I banged this right front one into a tree, good and hard. Solid tree trunk, fast, big bang, and it's not perfectly smooth anymore, but you also can't see any wobble, and it's not causing havoc with the gyro. And that's all that matters. This guy, this is one of my 6S glides. This is the one with the blown up ESC, I believe. No, this is the one that's still working that I broke a bell on tonight. Doing a big, stupid dive, which, let's get it out of the way. Let me just show it. And we'll just get this taken care of here. Because you guys are going to like this. Hold on. Let me make sure this is the one. Oh yeah, this is the one. All right, check this out. So this is what obliterated the motor bell on this guy, and it was so worth it. We're gonna go left, and I'll just talk through it. Let's bring that up nice and big, like. Here you guys go. 399 feet right there. Ooh! What you guys know about that? That's gonna be a fun one. So yeah, that's what annihilated that one. This is the one that's got the blown up ESC, which was such a shame. I like scrambled to get everything fixed and get back to fly some more with Steele and Kevin. Didn't hear back from them. That was okay. I went and flew a bunch of spots by myself, and yeah. This doesn't, when you put power to it, nothing happens. It doesn't even make the slightest semblance of a noise. This is the one that the aluminum standoffs broke. I've been using these pyro drone. Let me actually show them to you guys because they did fail. So I want you to kind of know about it. I mean, if they were gonna fail though, whoo, they picked a good time to fail. This hit the ground. This hit the concrete from at least 200 feet. So you see those little purple guys down there? It's a spacer, and it's threaded on top. See the little plastic nuts? And the threads broke right off of that bottom piece. So if you're going to be throwing your quad hundreds of feet to the concrete, don't run those standoffs maybe. Although I put another set on because, I mean, come on. That was pretty vicious. I doubt that I'm ever going to get into a slam that big again. Man, it's funny. I just keep finding stuff that's mangled on these rigs, but it was so worth it. Oh my God. Had such a blast flying with Steele. I haven't flown with him in a long time. And yeah, he was just doing some wild stuff, as you guys can see by his edit he put up this morning. And I was trying desperately to keep up and doing a real bang-up job of it. Cool. Other big news. Emax is here. Emax is on our side. They are getting in on whatever the hell this thing is that we got going on. And the first review quad has arrived from an actual company. This is the box that it comes in, and this is the Tinyhawk Race 2. Look at this little fella. So they, I'd mentioned to my contact over there that I was probably going to swap motors and play around with different prop setups and maybe try to make it HD. And he's like, all right, that sounds great, but do me a favor. and fly it like, you know, out of the box, completely stuck, at least a couple times to get some sort of feedback. And I was like, oh yeah, yeah, for sure, I'll totally do that. So it shows up today, and of course I just immediately pull it apart and start rerunning wires in different spots and switching the props. But I stopped there. I switched the battery strap out to a Pyro Drone one. I put these little Lumineer bow tie bi-blades, which are 2.2 inches on. This is this will not clear 2.5 inch props. It's meant for 2 inch props, but these 2.2s just barely clear. And I've heard really great things about these, and I put half a battery through them, and they're freaking awesome. Very well balanced, great grip because they have such a big fat paddly blade. They almost performed good enough that I can ignore the fact that they're so stupid looking, but we'll see. We'll see on that. I still might need to take them off because they look so silly. Function always yields to form. I really hope that I don't do that. I really hope that I can convince myself to leave these on, because I bet you they'll be the best performing props. If they are the best performing props, I'll of course leave them on. Although I still have issues with bi-blades. When you slam on a flat surface and you've got a bi-blade, what can very easily happen is, even if the blade is pointing down, it can fold out of the way, and then you've got the motor bell hitting the ground. That was why I originally moved away from bi-blades like 2 years ago with micros, and I kind of never looked back. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how these are. I'm really looking forward to trying these rocket props. These are like this short run of 2-inch props with this crazy profile. Look at how aggressive these things are. Let me get a little focus action going. Look at these little fellas. It's almost like a 3-blade version of those bow ties. So I'm really looking forward to these. But these bow ties are 2.2 millimeters, so I put them on just to check clearance, and then I figured, what the hell, I'll fly them. Awesome little kit. It comes with the rig. There's a lot of things I like about this rig. Comes with 2 of these little 450 1S batteries. It's set up for 1S or 2S, and then you can even run regular Whoop batteries on it. They just stack right next to each other, and they go right in the strappy deal. Comes with some hardware and all kinds of other good stuff, and the case is really nice too. I really dig it. Really cool little package, and it's cheap. It's like $100 and something bucks. The one thing I did do, the little antenna here for the VTX, there's not a great, like, this is a really decent spot for it, but I'm always worried when I get upside down and start turtle moding that it's going to get into the props. So I just put another little piece of shrink wrap up on the top bit, just to give the little exposed element on the top a little bit more protection. And I ran the receiver antenna down here, and I put it onto a little where the hell is it? There it is. Where is it? There it is. That's hard to see. There it is. Yeah, and I just put it on a little zip tie with I don't know, words. You guys know what it's called. You don't need me to tell you. And yeah, it's like I said, I flew like half a battery. Woo! And I dig it. It's got a little Runcam Nano 2 in it, which looks really good. The up tilt is adjustable. And yeah, the carbon fiber is going in the correct direction on the arms. Huge props on that. And I'm impressed, man. It's a really nice little build. On 2S, it really did work. I have a feeling on 1S it's going to be kind of like for beginners. But I'm digging it. I can't wait to smash the shit out of it. Yeah, I can't wait to fly it in anger. I was trying to make time to do it today in Dunwoody when I was diving that crevasse, but I got a little carried away trying to dive that like perfectly. I was trying to stay in it the whole entire way down, and that's really hard to do because the PID loop is kind of always trying to pull you out. So what you basically have to do is manage how much you're looking down. Like if you just look straight down with 30 degrees, you just naturally get pulled out. You actually have to look down a little bit more so that the arrow of the quad will pull itself into the wall, and you just kind of balance that, how much you're pitching in or out of the wall to manage your proximity to the actual building. And yeah, I got a little carried away trying to get that absolutely perfect, and it went dark before I got a chance to fly this. So I'll fly it tomorrow. But yeah, huge shout out to Emax. They're the first company that really like full blown trusted me to, review their stuff and send over like a bind and fly rig. So once this thing is all tested and smashed to pieces, maybe one of you guys will get it. I don't know. I don't have any 2-inch rigs here, so on one hand, it's kind of like it would be cool to keep it, but I don't know. I like giving stuff away, so we'll see. If I'm not flying it, it's getting given away for sure. All right, what do we got going on in the chat? Let's get caught up. I'm gonna make a conscious effort to stay more caught up in the chat for you guys. You guys have 10 minutes to do the Patreon thing to get in on tonight's giveaways. It's 10:19 at 10:30. The alarm's going to go off on my phone. We're going to rip through the giveaways, and 4 people will get some free stuff. All right. Chat. Crunk says that Maddie still haven't been able to master those. It's all about the simulator, Crunk. Spend a half an hour a night in the simulator doing as many pitch forward moves as you possibly can. Don't just try to Maddie stuff. Just do everything pitch forward. Just fly around and figure out what you can do pitch forward. Big throttle burst, jump off the throttle, pitch forward, invert, pick the throttle back up to carry yourself backwards. Just do everything pushing that right stick forward and applying the throttle, and you'll just get used to what happens and how to kind of wrap your brain around things coming from above rather than from below, basically. And then, yeah, eventually you just kind of get used to it, and the shit like I was doing in that little gorge thing just becomes kind of natural, and you start to be able to make corrections. That's really like when you finally have the pitch forward stuff really mastered is when you can start making the right corrections, because you're not making backwards corrections, but it kind of is backwards. It's very hard for me to explain. Here's the other thing you can do. Go to the city map. Go to any map where there are big, tall, vertical faces. And then what you want to do is fly next to that vertical face. The vertical face, when you're flying next to it, it's going to give you a reference point on the left side of your camera as to what direction you're going in. So when you start to do this pitch forward stuff and you pick up the throttle here, you're going to have a flat face to show you that you're accelerating yourself towards the ground, and you're going to know that you need to pitch forward more to get your thrust vector into a place where you're not thrusting at the ground. That's one of the most common things when you're learning Maddies is you pick up the throttle too early and you just plow yourself into the dirt. So do it in the sim. Try to put like a big flat surface next to you, and then when you start doing them for real, try to do that same thing. Flat surface next to you, or do them in between trees. Just have a reference point, because eventually you get good enough where it's kind of timing based and you can do it in open air. But if you have anything, anything high that you can catch on the sides of your FPV feed, it's going to help a lot. This is one of the other big reasons that I run as wide as I can, really, field of view. The Micro Eagles with the RC25G lens, it's an expensive combination, but it's the best low light handling, biggest sensor, sharpest in my opinion, and widest field of view without having a ton of fisheye setup. And yeah, that is why I'm willing to spend $40 on a camera and $12 on a lens. Just to plow them into things. All right, what else do we have here? Cement Kid, hell yeah, looks like a hell of a day. Certainly was. Gatman, thank you for the kind words. We've got Airbender saying, what's up, buddy? What's up to you? Tiago asks if Steele taught me how to not smash quads. Absolutely not. If you guys saw his edit from earlier, he dove that big gap a bunch of times, and so did I. I didn't get it clean. Well, I got it clean from like 4 or 5 or 6 up. He got like 2/3 of the way up, maybe like 3/4 of the way up, and he got a clean one, maybe 2. Super, super, super impressive, because when you're in there, you're stuck. Like that shoot dive that I just did, all I have to do is blast the throttle and I'm safe. Whereas diving down with those concrete things around it, like there's no getting out. And after you've gone by about 3 of them, you're going fast enough where you can't see the gaps between them. It's just concrete on one side. And the thing that kept getting me was on your other side, it was like very clean glass. And it was almost like an optical illusion. The one that I had in the middle of a flow from the top, that was the really vicious slam. I literally got lost in the goggles. Like I thought I was going to be able to get closer to the windows, but like I was already on them, and I just clipped them and then bounced out and bounced and flipped and exploded. One of the coolest things about that slam was it ripped the bell completely off and the top bearing. I don't know how the hell that happened, because those are pressed in. Like I have a little screw set up to press those top bearings in. I can't imagine the force that it took to like tilt the bell, the motor shaft sideways hard enough and yank it up to pull that bearing out of there. That was like mind numbing. The glide frames held up shockingly well. No broken arms, unbelievably. And yeah, slightly broken base plate that is fine. Well, not fine, but it's still totally flyable, and it'll take another few crashes. And a broken X plate, which is what you want. You want that little X plate to break if something's gonna break, because you just doop 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 doop, pull the screws, replace it, and back in business. All right, what else we got? Super Deluxe, smash it flat on the desk, works every time. Mr. Shady, when you do a punch out, what voltage? Oh, come on, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. When you do a punch out, what voltage do you ease off of the throttle? I actually don't pay attention to the voltage, Shady. I do a lot of this kind of by ear. That might be a leftover from motorsports. Just kind of knowing what the 7,000 RPM and my Cobra used to be before it starts to bounce off the fuel cut. But yeah, I just kind of have like a pace in my head of like hammer it and then either jump off of it or back off of it slowly. It's, I don't know, like maybe a second, maybe 2 seconds. I try not to be super rough voltage wise on the ESC, because I know that I'm going to bash the shit out of him on concrete. So I'm going to put enough abuse in him on the concrete to stress them. So I try not to just sit on full throttle for 5 seconds straight, especially because you're going to be in the next zip code if you do that on a rig with some power like mine do. So yeah, I just kind of keep it under like a second or two, just like a burp somewhere in there. Yeah, and if it's really getting bad, your low voltage will start flashing, your warnings will start flashing. I don't, now that I'm on 6S, I don't really see those warnings a lot, but you can still hammer a 6S hard enough to get it to do that. Cement Kid says the GoPro's finished. Same thing happened to mine. DED dead. Yeah, Steele said the same thing. He had one that was doing this. I think I might actually warranty both of them, because the other, of course, this was the brand new one. This is the first day out. The other one is it's been around for about 6 months, and so the screen failed, then the little not the microphone, the little speaker in there for the beeper failed, and then either the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth failed, and lately if I like hit Scraggle or if I hit anything and it takes like a little bit of a jostle, it'll stop recording. So that one's pissing me off, because every time I hit Scraggle I have to come back and check that the damn thing's still working. So I might just the Square Trade warranties are like $15, I think, on Amazon, which I got on both of them. So I might just swap them both out and start fresh. So we'll see. Roscoe, I am doing good, man. How about you? Tiago says hee hee. Super Deluxe says, if I send you my sticker, will you put it behind you on the wall? Where I will put it is right over here. Don't laugh at my skinny legs. It's hot in here. I don't know if you guys can even see my skinny leg. No, you can just see my shorts. I will put it on here. This has become my sticker board. from the rally in DC. So yeah, man, send it, and I will for sure put it on this guy with all the other ones. All right. Here's a little secret for you guys. I'm building a race rig. Look at this. Emax 2206 RS2s and a Runcam hybrid. This should be pretty cool. Little X-Hover race frame. I've never flown a race frame before, so I'm super interested what... that'll be on 6S, and it'll be about... I think I weighed it at like 450, maybe? 420 grams, possibly. All up with a 6S 1050. So that'll be interesting. Runcam Hybrid HD video quality is phenomenal. It's on the hard drive somewhere. I wish I'd thought about it before the stream so I could have it ready for you guys, but I got more flying to do on it. I'll get some proper... I did some outside just poking around, and I was kind of blown away by the quality, so that's good. Just because, yeah, don't listen to professionals, just go outside, great info. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So just because when I'm saying to go fly, I'm saying for you to go fly, like just you, which is fine. You're not gonna like walk out the door and get COVID. It doesn't work like that. It sticks to smooth. Well, it survives on smooth surfaces for 2 full days. But I'm assuming if you're walking to your own car and then driving out to a field or a building and then flying, you should be okay. If you think otherwise, that's cool. But I've done a half-decent amount of research on it, and yeah, I think you guys will be okay. But your mileage may vary. Don't listen to me. I'm just a shitbird, skinny, big-toothed, gangly dude on the internet. What the hell do I know? Roscoe Sticks. Ah, damn it. I did get your emails. I skimmed the one. I didn't read the second one. My bad, brother. I will, hold on. Let me open up mail. I'm not the best with email. My bad. All right, my email's open, so I will remember to... Nah, let me highlight the email. Here it is. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. I did read it. What am I regifting? That's very cool of you. Roscoe would prefer is in the middle of a move, and he said to regift the thing that he won on a previous giveaway. So which Roscoe, which tier was it? Because I'll pick another one out tonight, and somebody will get hooked up. So yeah, everybody thank Roscoe Sticks. Maybe head over to his channel and sub because he's a cool dude that's hooking one of you guys up. All right, and what else do we have here? Copter 612. The last 6 people to join the Discord aren't patrons. Yeah, that's fine. Anybody can Anybody can join the Discord, but Patreon folks are automatically added, and they get special perks. They get access to a patron-only message board or whatever the hell they're called in there, and voice chat room. So yeah, Crunked. How are those pacers? They're really good. They're shockingly good, actually. They're hard on the batteries, as to be expected, but Jesus, they make some power. And shockingly, the problem I've always had with 2207s, and I don't know, maybe it's because it's a 2207.5, probably not. That should make this worse. But the problem that I have is the middle of the throttle is has a little bit less control, a little bit less sensitivity than I'd like. I'll see this when I'm coming down from dives, and I will bounce up off the ground, whereas I just want to lock down to that elevation and just sit there, you know, a foot off the ground, 6 inches off the ground, and just cruise. For whatever reason, these 2207s don't seem to be doing that, but it's still way too much power. I still have no use for this much power. Really, really fun. Very, very, very fun motor to fly. But for producing really good footage and being really accurate and technical and, you know, trying to hug the tree as I power loop it, for example, I prefer 2306s. But man, they took a hell of a slam, like I was talking earlier about. So the durability seems to be really good. The design is great. They've got that O-ring between the bell and the stator. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm really hoping that they'll send me a set of the Pacer 2306s, because I'm running out of T-Motor F40 bells. This is all I've got, and I have those motors on like 4 different rigs, so that's gonna last. I mean, in 48 hours, I just ate 5 of those. So, no, less than that. In 24 hours, I broke 4 of those. So, yeah, I need to have some sort of a plan as to what motors to go to next. Super Deluxe with $4.20. All hail Burt Grindle. What is Burt Grindle? Burt Grindle? I like the sound of it, but you know, what is it? What's a Burt Grindle? All right, let me scroll down. YouTube will do the thing where it screws up the scrolling. Ah, it didn't. Tiago says, please don't break it on the first flight. Do the review first. Noted. Well, I got the first flight out of the way, so we're good there. Yeah, I learned that with the other toothpick, that you just can't crash them. So this one will not be flown hard until I have enough footage for the review and for whatever else. Super Deluxe, Crossfire Shot or nah? Yes, I cannot wait to get onto Crossfire Shot, but I have, for whatever reason, I have a really hard time, like the Lewis script on my QX7, and I've updated it, and I've gotten rid of the Lewis script and reinstalled. I've tried everything. The Lewis script doesn't really work all that well, and then when I try to bind it with the button, it's like trying to learn Braille or something. I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, ever since the day that I got Crossfire, I've had such a hard time binding it. Once it's bound, it's fine, and the performance is great, and everything else is fantastic, but I don't know, just binding it, it's like turns into like an hour-long cursing festival of pain and just misery. So yeah, I'm kind of waiting. I know it's also still like a nightly, so I would love to wait for it to be a stable release. I don't know if I'll be able to wait that long. We'll see. I'm trying to just not think about it because the more I think about it, the more it pushes me to just do the nightly. So yeah, nobody asks me about Crossfire Shot anymore because you'll force me to have to do it. Big Willie FPV, look at Tiny Whoop section in Discord. Posted your antenna mounting for the TH2 there. That's a good idea. I should have Discord up for these streams anyway, so let me do that real quick. And all right, cool. So that's coming up. Let's give that a second. And looks like I have some private messages I need to get to on there. If you've messaged me on Discord, sorry, I'm the worst. I don't go on there often. All right, here. What do we got? A couple zip ties. Oh, at the sides. Look at that. Would you drill holes? Oh no, there's holes there. Look at that. Open original. Will that put it full screen-ish? Yeah, there it is. Cool. Let's hit the thing on the OBS. Yeah, so he's got them coming out the little holes in the sides. That's I dig that. Very cool. I should be able to do something similar to that. Not quite. Well, I'll play around with it. I like that. Very cool. All right. Chat. I want to get the chat caught up before we do the giveaways, so I'm going to fly through these. What kind of damage did Steele do to his quads while you guys were flying? He broke a couple props, and that was it. Every time that I've flown with him, he does not crash often. And when he does crash, he gets it gathered up before he hits. So it's like a small little rinky-dink crash that just bends a prop or whatever. I've kind of never seen anything like it. I've never seen anybody that can fly as hard as he does and do the stuff that he does and just not crash. Everybody else wrecks pretty hard. So yeah, the dude's been flying for freestyle for longer than any of us, and it really shows, man. It really, really does. What else? What's the best sim that feels most like real life? Crunked asks. I'm a fan of Velocidrone. Liftoff is also really good. Here's what I'm going to say, though. I gave up a long time ago on getting the sims to feel like real life, and I just flew the sims for what they were. Maybe like a little bit of tweaking here and there of like propeller power just to bring the raw amount of thrust in line with what I'm flying, but you're never going to get it perfect. The sims are all pretty much set up. So in an interview with I think it was Liftoff, a long time ago. I think the Rotorite crew went there, and one of the designers said something I thought was so interesting. He basically said that for whatever reason, the physics within computers, all of the sim developers have to pick. Either the physics work really well for racing, so basically like horizontal physics, or the physics work very well for freestyle with a lot of verticality. So like when everybody says that the sims feel too floaty, that's mainly because the majority of the people using these sims are racers. So it seems like they tend to kind of set them up more for the racers, and they're making the horizontal physics feel better. They're putting more emphasis on those physics. So yeah, I use the sim strictly for learning stick movements. I spent I just blew so much time trying to get it to feel correctly, and talking to the Velocidrone devs on the Facebook group way long ago, and it just never got there. So yeah, use it for learning stick movements, use it for just stick time, and just, in my opinion, just understand that you're gonna have to adjust when you go to fly for real, and you'll be good to go. You'll spend more time flying in the sim than sitting there like me. Oh, 95%. Maybe that's the key. No, it's going down to 90%. So that's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. Airbender says he's never seen his name on any of the wheels. Can you check for my name tonight? Airbender, I have been giving you proof of life, proof of entry on every stream for the past like 3 weeks maybe. So you can do it, and I'll do it again tonight. I'll bring it up, and then you guys can pause and rewind and fast forward back to current. So it's on you guys. I just don't have time to do it. Thrust my vector, Super Deluxe says. All right. Oh, cloudy days. Yeah, cloudy days work for power loops for sure. Sarmiento is building the glide now. Super helped to fly it. That's a glide that he won on the giveaway. Awesome. Can't wait to see some footage from it, my man. What else do we have? Cement Kid. Oh man, that's awesome. Don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it was good. Cement Kid again. Actually, never would have even thought of building a race rig, but I got a frame in the FPV crate. T-Motor Yema frame. All up weight 450 to 460 and absolutely incredible to fly. Nice. Put a hybrid on it. We'll be hybrid racing frame twinsies. Roscoe 6, $2 store, and thank you means a lot to me at CiottiFPV. $2 store. $2 store. What were we talking about? Typo, meant to say tier. Hey, there we go. Nice. Copter612 says, see GWFPV's comment. He can't join either. Check it out. People trying to give you money but can't. Thank you for that, Copter. GW, where is your comment? Ah, Christ. GW, we were talking about that yesterday. That's right. I wanted to jump on that last night. What the hell? What? See, the problem is, like, I don't really know how to troubleshoot Patreon per se. Like, my login is different because I'm a creator on there. If you guys are having problems with it, like, I don't necessarily know where to begin. Let me try this though. GW, what's your name on there? Let me check something really quick. Let me just look for. Yeah, I mean, like I can look at a list of the members, but I don't know what that's really gonna tell me. Let me search for Dub. Maybe you used your YouTube name over there. Yeah, I mean, it's not finding it. Well, all right. I'm gonna leave it opened here, and I'm just gonna make myself a quick note. And I'm going to get that, well, I'm going to try to do whatever I can to get it figured out for you guys. But fair warning, I might end up having to tell you that you need to talk to, like, their customer service or whatever. Although if it's more than just you, I'm going to be the one talking to customer service as well. So, GW Patreon problems. All right, cool. Thanks for that, guys. Much appreciated. GW, what's your name on there? Leave your name for me, and that's on there so that I can look it up for you. Okay, let's do the giveaways because I think I'm caught up. Nope. Okay. And use the companion app to... But I've tried that too, Tiago. I've tried to use the companion app to bind and upgrade, and it just... I don't know. The only way I've been able to do it was with the button on the back. It's maddening. Yeah. And like, when I was dealing with it the one time, I was calling Greg. Okay, Greg Womack. Awesome. Thank you, Greg. All right, perfect. I will see what I can figure out. Let me just type Greg into the search. And then we've got... oh, you messaged me on Patreon, Copter? Okay, cool. Thank you. I haven't checked my messages today. Today was my first day back at work in like over a week. Oh, yeah, really good news. Most important thing. My mom is out of surgery. They got the cancer out. Everything looked good. They said the surgery went really well. And yeah, she's back home, super sore, super emotional for a million different reasons. But yeah, it's looking really good. 6 weeks until not chemo, radiation, and then they're hoping that they won't have to do chemo, and she'll take a pill a day for the rest of her life. So yeah, that was that's been weighing on me quite a lot over the last couple months. Thank you guys for kind of sticking with me and being patient. But yeah, I've never, it's my first experience with cancer in anyone, family, friends. Like, I don't know. I just haven't had it. I'm 39 years old or 38 years old, and somehow I've escaped it in my life. So it was, yeah, it was very, very scary, and I'm very glad that it's over with. So yeah, thank you guys for the support. I was not very public about it. I didn't know if they would, my mom and dad would want me talking about it. I still don't know. But yeah, I don't know. At some point I just felt comfortable sharing with you guys, so I did. And now I need to give you the end of that story so that if you're thinking about it, that you don't worry. So yeah. 3 Chic FPV asks, how do the Patreon giveaways work, or is it random? Good segue. Thank you for that. Wait, hold on. I think I missed one. Oh, Rotten Tomato. Did you get a final weight on your Acrobat Duo build? I did. It was before those motors let go. The Beta FPV 1505s, they let go on the second battery with 6S. They oscillated and just cooked. Long story. But it was 254. Yeah, it was 254 with those 1505 motors. I'm not going to replace those motors. I'm going to put something different on it, and I'm going to be over 250. So the 250 dream is gone, but whatever. PaulyFPV says, good night. A question. Need help with the Fat Shark HD3. Can't go in my DVR settings and DVR recording. Please help. Thanks. PaulyFPV, let me take a guess. You've got rapid fire, don't you? And you've got it wired with the cable across the front to the second module bay, don't you? Because that's what I have, and I had the same problem when I lost my quad in a field. And the only way I could get it working was to take the module completely out of the goggles, and then it let me get into the DVR. So I don't have a solution for you, unfortunately. If basically what's happening is when you power off, when you hit the switch to power off your module, it's getting power from the other side. So it doesn't care that you're hitting the switch, and you have to power the module off to get to the DVR. So it kind of is what it is. If that's not the problem, I have no idea what's going on. I've only had Fat Sharks for maybe 6 months, so I'm not the guy, unfortunately, to talk to about them. Joshua would be a great resource, or just message Fat Sharks. Fat Shark, rather. They are super, super, super helpful. So there's a couple different ways. There's probably even a Fat Shark Facebook group where you can ask a question or two. Message on Patreon. Thank you, Copter. Rotten Tomato. Okay, good. Smet Kid. Yeah, thanks. I see all you guys. Thank you. It means a lot. Okay. CiottiFPV asks about the Patreon giveaways, which we are about to do. So here's how it works. On Patreon, $3 gets you in the door, gets you access to all the good stuff. The articles that I've written on PID tuning, filters, unreleased videos, rough cuts, access to me for like build advice and just questions and fun stuff like that. And then if you go beyond $3, I want to try to give back to you guys. So I got the giveaway started. The first thing I ran into was, what if you only have a tiny whoop? I don't want you to win 5-inch parts and have nothing to do with them. So I set up 3 different tiers. The pricing on the tiers matches the cost of me buying the stuff. $5 a month gets you entered into weekly Monday night toothpick and tiny whoop giveaways. $10 tier puts you in for heavier micro quad stuff, acrobrat stuff, you know, the like non-toothpick 3-inch micro brushless stuff, and then the $20 tier gets you into the 5-inch giveaways. There's even a $30 tier if you have all the quads. You can be entered into all the giveaways. That ends up being $12 a month. So that's how it works. And then every single Monday night we spin a wheel with all the folks that are in each one of those tiers, and somebody wins something cool. I showed what we're playing for tonight earlier. I'll show it again in a second when we do it. And I think now's the time. You guys have had 49 minutes to get in there, so I don't feel bad closing it down. Let me come over here and... All right, I need to do a couple things that make my computer go nutso if I try to do them while I'm playing a quick video for you guys, so that you don't have to stare at me adding people to the wheel. So I'm doing all of that now. I'm clicking all the buttons in all the places, and the computer is just falling to pieces right now, but let's give it another second or two. There it is. Okay, cool. So here's the other video from a little bit earlier, yesterday, flying around that Verizon building with Mr. Steve. I will be back in a few. I will have the wheels all loaded up, and we will, well, you guys will win some shit. Be right back. Gotta go full screen over here. This song might actually stay. I do kind of like the way this song fits with this footage, but I don't know. I changed my mind 100 times on songs. Here you guys go. And there you have it. That actually wasn't one of the bad ones. That one I somehow managed to land in a little planner thing, which was pretty amazing. The other two, not so lucky. I actually, on the one, I dropped all the way down, the 5 extra stories, to the very down below concrete. That was brutal. But one of my favorite things about this hobby, man, motorsports is not like that. You can't just go for it like that in motorsports. It's way more dangerous and painful and expensive. So, yeah, man, I love how cheap it is to fix this stuff and the fact that we can just throw it at stuff and see what happens. I am almost done with the wheels. Let me check one more thing on Patreon. Let me make sure that they didn't like. It's kind of a gray area doing giveaways or contests, as I have to call it over there. I haven't figured out a better way to kind of do it all in one place. Like this is the best way that I've found out how to do it. I just want to make sure that they don't have me like flagged or anything. I haven't gotten any email or anything like that, so. Nah, it doesn't look like... So it looks like it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. So, try to change level and so cancel. What the hell? So, I did get over 100 patrons, and Joshua's got, like, over 1,000. So, it shouldn't be related to that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into it more tonight. Very, very weird. Very weird. If any of you guys are getting screwed by Patreon screwing up, just let me know. And as all of you that have been here for a while know, I will make it right. This is for fun for me. I don't make money off of this. Like, the Patreon money goes into buying the giveaways and buying stuff to do reviews with. So, yeah, I want it to... All I care about is that it's fair for you guys. So I'll do whatever. If I have to put your name on the wheel twice next week or 15 times a week after that, I'll do it. So, yeah, we'll make it work. Sorry if it's frustrating to you guys. There's only so much I can do. All right, let's do some wheels. First things first, we've got to switch monitors. And then we're going to go here. And this is our Tiny Whoop wheel. Tiny Whoop and Toothpick wheel. And it's going to be a set of these GNB batteries from FPV Cycle. One of the really nice things about being friends with Bob is sometimes he'll like have something kind of sitting around, maybe not in stock on the website, that you can get from him. So it's a 3-pack of these 1S 520 mAh batteries. Usually it's just prototype frames and stuff that just not broken carbon, but prototype carbon he's got laying around. But yeah, I scored these a little bit ago, and can't wait to see who's going to win them, because according to him, these are the batteries for 1S Tiny Whoops. So everybody is on here. Let me give you guys your proof of entry. Here you go. There's one page. There is 2 pages. There is 3 pages. And there's 4. All right, so this is everybody that's on the $30 and up tier and the $5 tier. Let's see who wins some batteries. Hey! Oh! Almost forgot. Who shall it be? So many people that the wheel can't even display them until the last second. When Wild Dingo wins, Wild Dingo, I will message you on Patreon as long as I write you down here. What is it with a Y? Yeah, WYLDDINGO. Congratulations, my man. You are getting some GNB1S batteries. Awesome. Congrats. Next up, we've got a little prize pack from Tiny's LEDs. This is 2 full sets of race wires. If you run them the way that I run them, only on the back motors, I get worried about running them on the fronts because I'm worried they're going to light the prop up. And if it's dark at night, a bright prop in the corner of the FPV feed can really screw with the camera's ability to adjust for brightness and darkness. So technically you could get 4 quads rigged up with these, and then a bunch of their regular little simple LEDs. I really recommend the little simple LEDs on the bottom of your rigs, because if your rigs are like upside down in the water or in like mud or some shit like that, you will see I would have walked away from a quad in a little tiny pond that was upside down, black on black, right? All black on the bottom, if it weren't for one of these little guys. Super easy to wire up. Just piggyback it off of the ESC battery cables and you're good to go. It also makes you much easier to follow, so you'll get cool follow footage of yourself. So yeah, little pack from Tiny's LEDs. Shout out to them. And this little thing is something that I picked up one, and then I thought it was so handy that I ended up grabbing another one for you guys. It comes with a little instruction manual that talks more about it, but basically what it is it's a 3S, 4S, 5S, or 6S input. Give you guys a little bit of focus here. 3, 4, 5, 6 input on this side, and then first and foremost, it splits it into 2 outputs on XT60s, which is just really handy. You could run like two ISDT chargers at once, but what I really like is that it's got a USB here. I've had a similar thing to this that's just straight through. It doesn't have these outputs. It's just XT60 input and USB output on the other side. And what it does is it destroys all my batteries because I forget about it, and then it doesn't have any kind of a warning, and it'll just drag the battery down to nothing. Whereas on this one, they put this cool little warning setup, so you can tell it if you're plugging in a 3S, a 4S, a 5S, a 6S, and then you can tell it at what point you want it to start making a truly awful sound. Holy my, oh boy, it's a bad sound. But that's good because it doesn't trip. It just starts making, like, it doesn't shut the thing off. It just starts making the noise. But the noise is awful enough that yeah, you'll come running. So yeah, really, really cool. So if you're like charging your phone or God knows whatever else from a USB, you won't kill the input battery that's hooked up. And it's got the little readout here. Just a super handy little thing to have in your bag. Like, I love the other one that I had. It's really nice when I'm on vacation with my quad stuff, because I can charge 100 phones with all the lipos. And yeah, it's got a little instruction manual here. Super, super, super handy little thing. Let's see who is going to win it, as well as some Tiny's LEDs. Second wheel, here comes your proof of life. And there you guys go. There's one. And there's page 2. So there you guys are. If you're not in there, I'll get you doubled up next week, but you should be, because I just go to Patreon and just group it up, and it just spits the names out. So here we go. It's going to be Ryan Perkins. He's won. Ryan has won it. Ryan, congratulations. I will message you on Patreon for your super cool stuff. Here's the other thing. If you guys win something and like you have absolutely no use for it, tell me. I might not be able to do anything. Like I might not have any other giveaways ready, but yeah, just tell me. I'll see if I can do something. All right, so we've got Ryan Perkins, Perkins, and this is power and LEDs. Awesome, congrats, Ryan. You got some stuff, some cool stuff, nonetheless, coming to you. What did I put? Where'd the other one go? Well, Wild Dingo, I appear to have lost your babies. Maybe your babies. Oh, why that's so funny for me is I was about to make the joke, but apparently I accidentally made the joke. Here's your babies. Your babies are under here. Your 3-1S 520 mAh wild dingo eating babies. I found them, so you'll get them. Oh, man, I'm slipping, guys. Look what we got for the 5-inch tier. 5-inch tier is big money, so we got to give away big money prizes. These are going to be, it's going to be a set of Emax RS2 2306s. These are Gap-It, Travis from the FPV shows, preferred motors. I actually kept a set of these in 2206 for that little race rig. And yeah, these are, I mean, if they're good enough for Travis, they're good enough for us, right? 2306, I've got 1600 kV and 2600 kV. So let's see who wins these fellas. The $20 wheel is a little bit smaller, so we can probably get it all on one page. Yeah, look at that. There we go. And all right, there you guys go. Proof of life. Spinning the wheel. Goating hard. All the goating. It's going to be crunked. It's coming around. I was pulling for you, crunked. Roland Core Bile. That's a new, I think that's a new person. I think Patreon is working. I don't recognize that name. So I don't know. Maybe Patreon is working. Although if it's not working for all of you guys, what's the point? Congratulations, Roland. You've got some dope motors coming. When I message you, I will try to remember to say, hey, do you want 1600 kV or do you want 2600 kV? So yeah, a dingo can eat your baby. Let me write it down. Roland Core Beil, right? Beil. Got it. All right, Roland. Awesome. I got you in here. I will message you, and we will get these out to you. Last up, we're going to do a Super Chat giveaway. Let's go here. And we're going to go... Crunked, have you still not won? I think you did win. Didn't you win at some point? We're going to do a little newbie drone lanyard, or neck strap, rather. I don't know what it is, but like the material they use in this is really nice. Does anybody else have newbie drones either? Their goggle strap is really nice too. Yeah, this is like the most comfortable neck strap, but it's got a big gold thing, which is why I don't use it. But you still haven't won, Crunked? Oh, God. Well, it's frame month coming up. April is my birthday month, so we'll do frames all month, so that's when you want to be winning anyway. So yeah, let's do a little super chat thing. $1. Do $1 super chat if you want to get on this, and yeah, we'll give this away next. So I'll give that a couple minutes to fill up, and in the meantime, let me just wipe this wheel out here. All right, cool. And still flashing, guys. It's still flashing. Hey, whoever said theirs did this too. How long did it flash for? Should I just send it back now? I'm so curious, though, what'll happen once it stops flashing. So strange. What's really weird is, right, like I'm mangling on this button. I'm going to put this down, and yeah, next trap and laner do the same thing. It's true. I'm going to put this down, and in like 10 minutes from now, you're going to hear it beep, and it's going to like magically come to life, but it's just like gobbledygook, and it doesn't, nothing works. It's broken. It's broken. Yeah, I did the both buttons. Doesn't do anything. I held just one button for a minute. It flashed for a day. Okay, cool. So that should be maybe stopping flashing soon, perhaps. Also, big shout out to BMC 3D. Brett made me a really cool, and if you have a glide frame, and I don't want to charge it because then I think it'll just keep flashing forever. so I'm gonna let it go fully dead, and then I'll charge it. I don't know. But big shout out to BMC 3D. They are the best TPU printing company in my opinion. And I messaged Brent and said, hey man, I'm breaking a lot of these Micro Eagles. Can we work together on some kind of a mount that'll protect them a little bit more? And he did a hell of a job. So if you're flying a glide frame, or any frame that's got like standoff distance, that's kind of, although you know what, you could just message him and say, hey, my frame standoff width is X millimeters. Just make sure you measure it right. I measured it wrong because I'm a jerk, and he sent me a bunch that weren't the right size. But yeah, he set it up so that it prevents the Micro Eagle from rotating in a crash, and he also set it up to kind of cradle the bottom of it. It's going to be really hard for you guys to see in there, but yeah, it cradles the bottom. There's a capacitor on the bottom corner of the Micro Eagle that if you hit it good and hard, if like you flat bottom good and hard, the camera will like move down a little bit and it'll knock that capacitor right off, and it's toast. So yeah, this is a really, really cool little Micro Eagle specific camera mount. So yeah, hold on. Let's do something else in the super chat giveaway. Let's make it a little more interesting. What else is? Oh, a little Tiny's LEDs pack. Yeah. 2 sets of race wires and a couple other. Yeah, why didn't I grab one of them? Oh god. Okay. Yeah. Get your LED on. There you go. The strappy jib jab and some Tiny's LEDs. There you guys go. That's a little better. All right. Let's give that a second. What else are we doing tonight? We're gonna try to do a little bit of work over here, and I think that's about it. I think those are the main things we wanted to get through tonight, right? All right. While I'm waiting. Where's that note that I left myself? Greg Womack. Okay, yeah, so you're not in here at all. So let me go to former followers. Okay. I forgot to mention. So let's do $2. Sorry, Daniel. Let's do $2 since I put something else in there. So Daniel Sarmiento did $4. That's going to get him entered twice. See? I told you. It just, I don't know. Oh, you won. Oh, well, that's perfect, Roscoe. I didn't mean to do that on purpose, I swear. So here's what's interesting, Greg. I just turned on all membership types, all tiers, and it still doesn't find you. It's acting really weird. So Mongo sends $5, and that gets him 2.5 entries. Fix that, Mongo. I don't want to only give you 2, unless you do next week if you do it again. See, look at this thing. It's beeping, it's booping. What? And then here's what's really weird too, right? Sometimes I can get into the menu and it's completely like it'll go through the menu, but like there's no way to get it to start or stop recovering. Thanks, Metal. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. It's acting really weird. I don't know. Maybe when the battery goes flat, it'll come back to life. If not, it's a $15 swap out. All right. What? Yeah, this Patreon thing is being really weird. Do me a favor. Tiago, you still in here? When's the last time Tiago posted? Oh, it's been a while. Tiago, if you're still in here, do me a favor. Move your tier around. All right, so here's what was said. I mean, none of mine work right anyway. Justin, I should have, as long as you're in Patreon, then I should have. You can rewind back, and I displayed all the entries, so you can look for yourself if you just rewind back real quick. You're not going to be missing much over the next couple minutes. So yeah, you can do that. Where did Greg's message go? No worries, Nick. I need to get this fixed, man. I appreciate it. Okay, so what Nick said is he tried to change his level, and it instead canceled on him. He's been disabling ad blockers and connecting from different networks, which is like way more troubleshooting than I would ever expect. Thank you, dude. And I've been able to change tiers for other Patreons. Wow. So you're patrons of other folks. What? That's really weird. Yeah, Tiago, you're in here. Tiago, do me a favor, because we talk on Facebook all the time. Yeah, poke around in there. Try to change your level. See if it cancels on you. I don't know. Just poke around for me if you don't mind, and we'll figure it out, because that's not cool. Yeah, that sucks. And Nick, I will, if you remind me, I'll get you on the wheel twice next week, unless you're already on it. You might have already been on it, because when you pay in Patreon, you're covered for the next entire month. So you're probably still on there, but we'll figure it out. If you want to, if you don't mind confirming that for me, just rewind, whatever. We'll figure it out, man. I appreciate it. Okay, wow, you guys are awesome. A whole bunch of super chats. Thank you guys. Daniel Sarmiento is going on here twice. I'm gonna start adding people when I get to the last person, regardless of the weird 30 to 40 second delay. I'm just gonna shut it down. If I miss you, I'll get you next week. All right, we're gonna go here, and I'm gonna start typing. First, we've got Daniel S. Oh, look at that. It's guessing, because the dude is just that awesome that it knows him. And then we've got Mongo. I'm going to put you in here 2.5 times. Oh, damn. Apparently, I'm going to put Mongo in here 5 times. Thank you, brother. Double fiver for Mongo. He wants something. Mongo 4. No, one more. Damn. Somebody's going for it tonight. Euro getting in on the game twice. And then we've got G-Dub in the house. Metal Dirt Skin twice with a kind message. I appreciate that, man. And then we've got Justin, who was hopefully on the other giveaways. I have a feeling he's checking right now. Tiago getting in twice. Thank you for letting me know what the US equivalent was. I will never be able to learn the exchange rates. I just won't. I'll be lucky if I remember what the letters mean. R and CA. Parts for Benton Toys. Thanks, man. You're the best. Hope this covers shipping. I was holding off on the 5-inch build, but who knows? 2600 kV all the way. Nice. Thanks, Part for Benton Toys. What's CA? What's $20 CA? Somebody do that. Parts for Benton Toys says, don't put me in this drawing. Oh, yeah, that makes it easy. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Ooh, David Kernika coming in right at the... I would have gotten you in anyway, David. Very generous. $20. Thank you very much. Oh, man. How many times do I have to... What's the math? 10 times? Yeah. Woo! I'm going to have to work for this one. David is shooting for blood. I can't come up with a good end to that statement tonight. All right. David. Canadian. That's it. Canadian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This guy knows the cheat code. 9 and 10. Damn, stomping on everybody. That's it. It's closed. I'll give it another 10 seconds to see if anybody jumps in. Thank you, David. Very, very, very cool of you. And everybody else, you guys rule. I really appreciate it. Euro gets in at the last second. He will not be beaten by David. All right, that's it. For real this time. I'll get you guys in next week. Advanced options. Wheel diameter is good. Apply wheel changes. Let's see what it looks like with David all over it. There. This is a big block of David. All right, guys. Here we go for Tiny's LEDs and the most comfortable neck strap in all the land from Newbie Drone. I think it might be David, guys. It's David. So there it is. If you want the stuff, just enter 10 times and half the wheel will be your name. Good job, David. He's got that cheat code. All right, let me write you down. And nope, that's not the right one. This is the right one. I was wondering when somebody would do that. That was worth waiting for. All right, and then we got Roland. You won the 2306s. Oh, and you said 2600 kV. So for everybody else that wins these motors, you're gonna have to build 6S rigs because I only got one set of the 2600s. All right, cool. 2306, 2600, and then we've got. So David, here's the deal. You need to message me on either Facebook or Instagram or on Patreon if you're on there, and I need you to tell me what you won. So Tiny's LEDs pack and Newbie Drone strap. I need your first and last name and your address. Yeah, so just do that for me. Send that to me anywhere, and I'll get the stuff out to you. That's the other reason I do the giveaways through Patreon is because it's easy for me to get in touch with you guys. The super chat doesn't give me any ability to get in touch with you guys, so unfortunately I have to leave it up to you. But I see you're in here right now, David, so I know you're listening, and I know you want that good stuff because you paid for it, brother. David, I'm going to make a note. Last name is Kernica. And that is NBDLED. Ooh, I ran out of space on the bottom, but I got it in there. Awesome. Good stuff. It is 11:20. Why do the giveaways always take me so long? Why is it? I don't know. It's fun. We're screaming. We're yelling. Kristen's out there playing with her Legos like a animal. All right, so we're good to go. What questions did I miss? Did I miss any questions? It's impossible for me to answer questions when I'm doing certain stuff. Roscoe is gonna jump on the Patreon when his life is back on track. Awesome, man. Look forward to seeing you over there. Thomas Bird is late to the party. What did I miss? Not much. Just, flying with Steele, ripping some maniacal stuff. I'm linked up with Emax now. They sent me this awesome little Tinyhawk 2 race to do a review on, which is super cool of them. Just the usual. No, it's going really well. It's my mom's cancer surgery went really well, perfectly from what they said. Yeah, it just things are going well. Neither Kristen nor I have the COVID yet. Hopefully none of you guys do either.
Work has not suffered through COVID.
Yeah, work has. Kristen lost a bunch of freelance clients, but one client had like double, triple the amount of work. So we've been surviving. That's been great. What else? On the opposite side of that, friend of a friend who was in his 30s actually died from the virus, which is really scary. If you guys don't believe it, you need to. He was younger than me, and he was in perfectly good health, and he's dead. This shit's real. Yeah, I'm going out flying and screwing around and telling you guys to go out and fly, but I'm not telling you to go parties with other people. I'm telling you to go stand in a field, right? Like, you're probably safer standing in a field flying than you are at home where there's other people. So yeah, take it seriously, please. Just hang out at home, do edits. Yeah, do things, play board games, listen to music, do all the things that you're always too busy to do running around. G-Dub says, take your time, governor. We got your back. Appreciate it, man. All right. I think we're good. I think we're caught up. All right, cool. So hit me with those questions. Ooh, Cement Kid. Cement Kid's back. Printing session mount. Count for the Apex. NYC surrounded by people who have it. No 4... Ooh, Jesus. 4... Oh, Jesus, Cement. Oh, my God. Cement Kid said there's 3 people that he knows of that have died. Oh, my God. That's brutal, man. I'm so sorry. Yeah, guys, just take it seriously. It's a real thing. I see Tiago moving his tier around, so Tiago's able to move his tier around. This is weird. Damn. Oh, Big Willie's flying across from his house. Awesome. Yeah, just be smart, guys. Don't touch your face like I do all the time. If you're gonna touch your face all the time, wash your dirty, disgusting hands. Not known personally. Okay, well, that's good. Oh, good. G-Dub. DaVinci Resolve. G-Dub is teaching himself how to do editing on DaVinci Resolve, and you guys should all too. DaVinci Resolve is arguably a better program than Premiere, and it's free. So download DaVinci Resolve, hit YouTube up, type in "How do I DaVinci Resolve," and watch a bunch of videos, and you guys will be editing in no time. I need to do some more. Do you guys want to see me do some more editing streams? I know I've asked this a couple times, and then people say yes, and then I forget to do them. But I'm very backed up on footage and some really good footage that I'm really excited about. So David says can't stop touching my face. So yeah, and guys, like if you want to see stuff, browbeat me into it. Like message me on Facebook, like yo, do another editing stream or another repair stream, or like tell me what you guys want. I'm good about asking you now, but then like you guys say it in the chat, and then there's 18 more things that we talk about it, and it's just gone. So yeah, message me wherever, anywhere, and just be like, yo, when you doing another editing stream, or just nudge me, poke me. CiottiFPV stickers are available. There are this many left, and they are $5 for 2. You're gonna have to just PayPal me, message me, and we'll figure it out. They look like that, and there are this many left. So get them while they're hot, because I don't know when we'll do another order. There was one more thing I knew I was forgetting. Ooh, FPV Therapy is a group on Facebook with fellow pilots that have mental illness issues, myself included. I've struggled with what I'm now lately finding out it sounds and looks like is bipolar 2. For the past 15 plus years, I just thought it was regular old depression. But yeah, come on over. If you know anyone that struggles with it, if you know any people that just disappear on you for weeks at a time, come learn why they're disappearing on you. If you disappear on your friends, come on over. Maybe you'll learn something about yourself. Somewhere in the region of 1 in 5 people have it, so it's a real thing. It can get really grim, and the results of it can be pretty final, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, get on over, learn about it. That's the only way to make it any better, is to learn about it. And just being diagnosed is a huge hurdle. So come on over and, yeah, learn something. Mongo is asking how my 3-inch frame is coming. It's not. The engineer who was working on it has had some family stuff come up, and some unfortunately pretty serious family stuff come up, and Brad and I haven't been able to get in touch with him in a while, but at some point he'll get that straightened out and we can continue. In the meantime, if you guys know any carbon fiber engineers that are willing to work for free, it's I'm not going to get into it. Euro says, did you ever ship the Crush Light frame? I never received it from you. Sure, I haven't shipped it yet. Probably haven't shipped it. Crush Light. No, it's in, it's out there. It's getting shipped. I'm finally just going to suck it up and go to the USPS gloved and masked up, and I'm just going to do it. All right, Kristen says she's going to help me tomorrow. So we'll get that out tomorrow for you, brother. Cement Kid makes carbon fiber and has a CNC machine. That's super helpful. I will let you know. But the current engineer that we were working with, he works like full-time job at a carbon fiber shop. So he has the knowledge, the gear, the CNC and whatnot. But as it seems we've lost him, I will be in touch when we have an actual design, hopefully. Okay, cool. Let's fix some stuff, because I'm not seeing a ton of questions, and that's awesome, because you guys a lot of times... So Justin, you weren't on the giveaways. All right, let me knock this out super quick. Let's go here, and I'm going to go to Relationship Manager, and I'm going to search for you first, Justin. Give me 1 second. All right, so when I search for Justin, I find you, and it looks like you're on the $30 tier. And when I come in here, I've got... Oh, nope, that's the wrong wheel. Let's go to the right wheel, and let's find Justin. And it didn't find Justin. Come on, Patreon. Active. All right, hang on, Justin. I'm going to get you on next week's wheel twice to make up for it. But in the interim, if you're on that one, why is it not finding you? Oh, when did you join, Justin? Did you join a little bit late, maybe? Hold on, let me refresh. Ah, there you are. Okay, so you joined a little bit late. So you're in there. So how's it gonna work? You paid now, and it's gonna push out. Yeah, I need to get you on next week's wheel twice, Justin. Okay, so that's what happened. You just joined a second later or whatever. Okay, cool, good. Patreon's still working. Well, somewhat for some of you guys. Justin. What's that last name? CAAUWE. On all wheels twice. On. I'm even gonna think ahead and put the date in case this post-it note disappears on me. That's gonna be April 6th. Cool. 4/6. All right, brother, you're good to go. This is the notepad I use to write the stuff down, so I'll see it. Cool. All right. Let's do some work. What do you guys think? Let's finish up the 100 patron giveaway rig. Cement kit is limited to 500 lines of G-code. I don't know what G-code is, but... so Thiago says it worked for him, able to downgrade and upgrade the tiers and increase and decrease the value. Very strange. All right, so yeah, I will work on it later tonight, Nick. No, I won't work on it later tonight. I'm going to go to sleep tonight because I got 1 hour of sleep last night. So I'm going to work on it tomorrow. And I left the window open with your message. So that's how I'll remember. All right, bench cam. Where you at? Ooh, there's the bench cam. And... all right, there we go. So, here we have basically what amounts to the version 2 of what my frame will be someday. Hit the chat up, guys, with any questions. If you don't tag at CiottiFPV, I can all but guarantee you I won't see them. Hopefully the audio is still working. Hey, look at that. I went to the bench cam for once and the audio kept working. Holy cow, OBS. Yeah, I know, Tiago. All right. Here's the deal. Anybody who needs their stuff, truly needs it for a build, and this is fine. If you need your stuff, it's totally cool. But Tiago's right. The USPS is not a great building to go into. If you need your stuff though for a build, I know that Shane is getting ready to do a build and he needs the piece, so I have him all packed up. Yeah, if you need your stuff, I will do it. But if you don't, and you can, but see, the thing is, you guys are gonna have to wait another month. I'm just gonna do it. Screw it. I'm gonna be good and do the gloves and the washing hands, and I won't touch my face. I'll wrap my head up in a scarf. Yeah, I don't want to get any more behind. I'm already I've been waiting the whole COVID time, and it's been a while. So I'm just gonna do it. Just gotta do it. We'll be all right. If I get COVID, it's all of your fault, and I will never forgive you. And I hope that I die, and you all. Oh. All right. I keyed. Still flashing, guys. Still flashing. Here it is. Still flashing. All right. So on what was it? Yesterday, maybe? I don't know. On one of these here streams, I was working on this guy, and I think I got everything soldered up. I do need to check the pinout on the little harness plug here, because I switched the flight controllers, and I don't know if this flight controller has ever been plugged into. Oh! You know what I want to do though? Oh, I can't. Yeah, that's right, because the USB broke off this one. Whatever. All right, so I need to look at the pinout on the ESC to make sure that we're sending the right signals to the right. Well, more so just not sending voltage into signal pads, which on this ESC is easy. So this ESC is ground all the way on the left, and then nothing pin, and then it's signal 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so the little tiny pins are on the top, and so that means this wire would be plugging in like that. Okay, so we're good. So ground, skip, and then we've got motor 1 is green. So let me look on. Well, that's fine. If I have to reassign resources, I'll do that. That's okay. As long as the ground is on the right pin, I am happy. So let's get this guy plugged in. I found that a nice way to plug these things in is just to grab it with your tweezers right on the wires, right where they connect to the plug, and then don't grip it with the tweezers. Just use the tweezers to push forward on the plastic plug itself. This way you plug it straight in, because my God, do you not want to bend one of the pins inside of one of these plug headers? Who's bent one? Who's in the bent plug header pin club in the chat? And were you able to fix it? I've only done it once, and miraculously, I was able to fix it. It took a while, but I was able to get in there with like the combination of a pin and the tip of an X-Acto knife, and actually fix the damn thing. That was pretty impressive. So, all right, we got that plugged in. Now, the next thing that we want to do is just move these wires around here, so that they're kind of in a little bit of a happier home. I like to slam the flight controller down pretty low to the ESC, and when you do that, you have to just pay attention to your wires. You know, in this case, though, I am going to put spacers in because this is slammed really low, and there's kind of no reason for that. And I already have the spacers from the previous build, so just drop these spacers on. Usually I'll slam it really low because I'm trying to put an HD board on top, but this rig is not getting that. And since this is going out to somebody who, I don't know if they have any micros or any extra parts, if nothing else, I'll be giving them a set of free M2 washers, which you wouldn't believe how hard it is to find certain pieces of M2 hardware sometimes. So this is actually potentially a set of M2 washers could be something that saves the day at some point. So let's throw those in there. And that'll just give me a little bit more room for these wires as well. Come on, get down. Okay, cool. So there we go. I am still going to manage these wires a little bit. What I like to do is push them to the side so that... Oh, hold on. Let me move a light for you guys. I forgot. Ugh. Wait till you see how much better this is. Oh, yeah. That's the stuff right there. Now you guys can see. All right, so yeah, I am going to manage these wires to the side a little bit, just so that they don't lay on top of this plug. God forbid this flight controller comes crashing down. You don't want to pinch these wires. So I always will just kind of push them over a couple times to the side here. That's usually enough to get, like, you know, the wires kind of have like a little bit of a memory to them. So if you just kind of like push them over like this a couple times, they'll usually want to stay. And then once you push the flight controller down, I have this, this is VBAT, and I just have it looping around like this just so it's not flopping around. On my personal builds, I would cut it short, but since this is going to someone else, I try to leave stuff long in case they need to swap to a different flight controller. They won't have to rewire everything. So there's that. Nice and simple, nice and clean. Check in between the boards. Make sure that the wire management that we did is working properly. Make sure the wires aren't all stacked up on top of each other. And this is also a good time to just kind of tuck everything in, make it neat and tidy. The more you can kind of do this, the less often you're going to have wires pulling out and getting in the props and all kinds of other nonsense. So take the time to do it right the first time, and you will always have a better time with your flying spaceship of doom. Now we're... where did that come from? Alright, now we'll get the Foxeer arrow plugged in here. And same little trick. Nope, doesn't work that way. Same little trick to just push on the plastic plug. I am very careful with these plastic plugs. Their service life is some like asininely low number, like 20 connections, or I don't think it's 20, but I think it's like 40 or 50. Like, it's only rated for that many connections before these stupid little connectors fail. So I am very careful with them, as should you be. I do need to switch this lens out. This 1.8 lens doesn't work properly in the arrow. So this is pretty much good. We can get this on into beta flight. I see some questions over there. Hero says, don't do it. So, all right, yeah, let's get this hooked up to beta flight. Oh, nope, let's put some nuts on here first. Where's my nut sack at? Found it. Oh, no, that's a nut box. Oh, got it. Okay. Looks like Tiago, you and Copter are figuring things out. Cool. Patreon, non-Google linked. Oh, man, you guys are... Copter, you owe Tiago a beer. I wouldn't... I'd be due. I mean, shit, I already kind of exhausted my troubleshooting abilities by just searching for you. Tiago, thank you, man. Very, very cool of you. Much, much appreciated. For anyone wondering, this is one of the reasons that Tiago is a moderator. He is a very knowledgeable dude that is willing to put the time and effort into helping folks out and making him a moderator so that he can do even more work is the least I can do to help to thank him. You guys are good. If anybody for whatever reason wants to be a mod in here, even though we don't really need them, because you guys are just like great and don't, I don't know, misbehave, I guess let me know and I'll scratch my head as to why you would want the added responsibility. Oh man, to be honest, Bardwell kind of clued me in on his moderators are just people that he wants their names to show up in blue. So like he just makes all of his friends moderators and doesn't even tell them to moderate. He just uses it to make their names blue. Because he's got a good crowd over there too. So yeah, it's him and I are very, very lucky to have such a cool group of people. YouTube is tough, man. It's interesting. Steele and I, when as the sun went down lower and lower, at some point yesterday, he's like, "Man, I'm gonna get a lot of shit for posting this." And I was like, why? He's like, you know, when you have enough people and you get haters and blah, blah, blah. And, well, no, what he said is we're going to get a lot of hate for this. And I was like, I'm not going to hate for shit, dude. I'm small potatoes. I don't have enough people that really bag on me. I don't have enough people subbed that to have the mean people. But that's the thing. Like, I think I do. I just think that, I don't know, for whatever reason, you guys are just a really cool crowd and rise above the easy way of getting attention of just calling people an asshole for no reason. And for that, I really do appreciate that, mainly because if there's a day that does happen, I know that I won't deal with it well. And I don't know. I'll kind of rely on you guys to attack them and hunt them down and mercy kill them for me. Just kidding. No, nobody do that. Nobody attack my enemies for me. That would be wrong. But so satisfying. I mean, wrong. That would be wrong. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Is the ESC soft mounted? I don't know. Oh, it is. Look at that. So my guess is that this ESC came with M2.5 or M3 holes in it, and then I put some grommets in there. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not soft mounted. Not soft mounted. Little like micro specific ESCs are very rarely soft mounted. That's typically a more of like a 5-inch ESC thing. Basically, the bigger, more expensive, heavier ESCs are more typically soft mounted. But this flight controller, on the other hand, is very soft mounted. I really like these soft mounts that I have on this flight controller. Didn't come with them, but these are really good soft mounts. I'm kind of sad to see them go, but they're also very strange soft mounts. They're for like M2.5, which for whatever reason this flight controller has been the only one that I've ever had that has that. So it makes sense that they're going to go away with this flight controller. For anyone wondering, this is the CiottiFPV Lumineer Lux F4 2 or something like that. Lux 2 F4. Don't get it. Get the Talon F4. This is a little bit of an older flight controller, and it costs exactly the same as the Talon F7. So just get the Talons. Those are the only flight controllers I buy at this point. And they've been really, really good. Roscoe says, after watching Joshua for a bunch of months, he made it... Roscoe. He was just kidding. He was kidding. The whole Australian thing. He was kidding. That I get it, though, man. I get it. I will do my best to fill in the gaps for you, man. I'm here for you, and I love Australians. The first time I left the country, the U.S. I should say. I don't know why I should say that, but whatever. First time I left the U.S. was to go to Australia with an organization called People to People between middle school and high school. I went there for 3 weeks. I stayed with strangers, and it was fantastic. That was back in... Oh my God, guys. That was like back in the 90s. It wasn't in the 80s. No. It wasn't in the 80s. It was 90s. It was fucking early 90s, though. I'm talking like 92, 93. It was way back when. All right, let's get this thing into beta flight. I will show you guys my ultra secret setup because I know there's somebody out there that's curious. And... then in 14 minutes, I will be clicking the stop streaming button so that I can lay on the couch with my wonderful wife and relax for a little bit and try to get some goddamn sleep tonight. I was all jacked up last night because I had like a bunch of that footage that you guys saw, and yeah, I was just freaking out. What, can't I just go like, what if I just, no, that was audio. I hope that didn't make a horrible noise. Logitech, is that it? No, wait, what? Oh, yep, there, and there. What? No, wait, no. Screw that. Wait, what? Wait, no. Okay, there it is. I don't know. I don't know why I just thought, for some reason I thought, oh yeah, let everybody see the quad that's plugged in. For what reason? It's just going to sit there and blink. Okay. Everything's fine. Nobody panic. Show filters. You better believe I'm going to show those filters. I'm going to... here's a challenge for you guys. For anybody that wants to support me beyond the affiliate links down below, beyond Patreon, beyond whatever, here's something you can do. Speaking of filters, I made the filter guide. Where the hell did OBS go? Oh, what did it minimize for? Okay. I should probably not have that screen up or that screen. On, that's not how you spell it. On the Patreon page, deny, up on the top here, you've got these buttons: Tech Talk, Flying, PIDs, 5-inch edit. These will drive to the tags that I have set up in each one of the posts. So for example, if you hit this PIDs tag, it'll bring up all the ones that I've tagged with PID. And then here's the really interesting one: Betaflight 4.1 filter reduction strategy. I made this public because I want this info to get out there a little bit more. So here's my challenge to you guys: spread this around. Grab this link off of this Betaflight 4.1 filter reduction strategy. Spread it around to all your friends, your family, like whoever. I don't care. Let's get this out there. This isn't even my info. This is Mark Spatz's info, but he's got a 25-minute video that nobody's going to want to watch, or quite frankly is going to understand much of. So get these 6 bullet points out there if you guys don't mind. And if you do it with the Patreon link, maybe some more people will jump on Patreon. Crunked, it's not that he can't tune, it's that he is very busy, and he's got countless rigs coming in the door that need to be tested, reviewed, flown. So he's just flying the stuff. Like when he gets a chance to fly, it's going to be, and I'm starting to kind of see this. A lot of times when I'm going out to fly now, I'm going out to just do reviews, and it's still really fun, but yeah, I don't know. Tommy Lou, these are settings that are working for me on Tiny Whoops, 3-inch and 5-inch, 4S, 6S, like across the board. These are not super aggressive filtering tweaks, but they basically take the dynamic notch filter and so without RPM filtering, let me edit the title of this, because it's important that you only do, I can't believe I'm just realizing this now, but it's important that you only do this filter reduction strategy if you're also running the RPM filters. I think I call it out in here. Yeah, I do call it out in here, but let me change the title. Betaflight 4.1 filter reduction strategy. What should I say? With RPM filters, right? Betaflight 4.1 filter reduction strategy with RPM filters. Okay. With RPM filtering. Ugh. Oh my god, what's happening? No. 4. Yeah. 4 RPM filter. Fuck it. I'm not going to change it. It's fine. I call it out in the text. You got to read. Everybody should read. I can't think of how to do it. But yeah, these basically, when the RPM filters come on, they do a brilliant job of handling all the vibrations up at higher frequencies. This takes the dynamic notch filter, which used to cover all the frequencies, and it targets it down, and it just focuses it. It also pulls it down because the RPM filters are crushing all of the garbage up top in the higher frequencies. The dynamic filter can function much lower in the frequency range and much more targeted, and that reduces latency by a lot. So that's basically all this is doing. To be honest, all this is really doing is getting the total amount of filtering, once you've turned the RPM filters on, back to the total amount of filtering on every other Betaflight that we've ever had. The RPM filters add additional filtering, and they don't remove the other filtering. So like Betaflight 4.1 and 4.2 are set up out of the box to not use the RPM filters. So they've got, the appropriate amount of filtering. Let's say that's this much. When you turn the RPM filters on, now you've got this much filtering, and that's too much. So these steps shrink it back down so that you have the correct amount of filtering again. So that's why these work on everything I've ever built. The only time this might not work is if you've got like a really vibraty, really banged up, shaky, obliterated rig, in which case regular Betaflight wouldn't work anyway. So you'd be adding filtering. But it's, let me stop there before I go the next 7 minutes without doing any setup talking about RPM filters. Bluetooth incoming. I guess it would help if I plugged it in. It is plugged in. Why you know Betaflight? Tell me I didn't just solder up a flight controller that doesn't work. No. Don't. No. No. It worked when I took it out of whatever it was in. Don't. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Okay, bye-bye. Who's got questions? What? What the fuck? It's still flashing, guys. It's still flashing.
The GoPro that could.
That's actually a really good idea, Tommy. Yeah, if nothing else, let's see what happens when I put power to it. Oh, come on, man. Maybe it'll blow up, and then I'll at least have the satisfaction of it having blown up. Woo! Why did I say that? Why did I say that? I blame you. Who told me to do that? Tommy. That's on you, man. Oh, man. Oh, I hope it makes you feel... I hope it makes you guys feel better when that shit happens to me. It's happened a lot. Man, I had like a year and a half where I didn't cook anything. And then, like, I don't know, man, the last couple months... Oh, man. What? I mean, everything looks fine. Why did I just assume that the no, it won't, Cement. I'm about to end it right now. This is about to be the first time I end a stream early. It's not. I double checked it, and the harness doesn't even have VBAT in it. The harness only has ground in it. The VBAT is down here off of the positive lead. No. Why am I so stupid sometimes? I'll bet you that took both the ESC and the flight controller with it. Did you guys see the smoke at least? I'm going to watch that on instant replay. It's not just you guys, man. Who's never had that happen to them? Who's not? I swear to God, if anybody says me, I'm gonna stab you. Yeah. I mean, I've probably torn apart and rebuilt at least easily 50 times. I might be up in the hundreds. Yeah, it happens. And I just cut myself on the prop.
It's 11:59.
It's 11:59. I'm bleeding. I just made 2-3 more hours of work for myself.
It's another stream.
I'm bleeding. Tiago calls me the destroyer. Yeah, I spend 2 days destroying quads and then I just plug them in. This is really bleeding. Good God. All right. I'm out. Oh, dude, yeah. Kebab's been right about me forever. I'm going to go lick my wounds. Put a Band-Aid on this. God damn it. Parts for bent toys with a very interesting question. That kind of makes me sad in a weird way. Parts for bent toys asks, what did you want to be when you were a kid? I kind of didn't. I didn't have like, or at least I don't remember. I don't know. I just didn't have like I want to be a fireman or I mean, my parents put me into private drum lessons from the age of like 9 with a pretty brilliant. I learned later in life, jazz drummer named Tony DiNicola, and so like maybe there might have been a thought, but see, pretty early on in my life, I realized like I remember thinking like I don't want to be a musician because that either means like you have to be the absolute best, right? And then you're still kind of like a freelancer in a way, or you have to be a teacher. And I never thought that I wanted to be a teacher. Yeah. And then that's when I went to college. I was still playing drums when I went to college, and I didn't major in music for that same reason. And here's the kick in the balls, right? Although being a teacher is tough, especially being a music teacher. So it's probably a good thing that this happened since they're cutting the arts everywhere and nowadays. But much later in life, in my 20s, when I started to dive into motorsports and race autocross, I became 911. What's your emergency? Tommy Lou, I just broke the 100 patron goal giveaway 3-inch rig. Yeah. So now I get to rebuild that. Yeah, when I got into autocross, I pretty quickly became an instructor and like loved instructing. And it was kind of like, well, fuck. Should have just been a teacher. But yeah, being a music teacher is a tough life. A very, very, very tough life. All right. I'm going to kill it. So I'm going to kill something. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions, though. It's a good question, parts for bent toys. I'm an open book, for the record, for you guys. Like, I will answer damn near anything. So remember that for next stream. You guys can always ask me like anything, whatever, life stuff, mental illness stuff. Like, just ask me. I don't. I'm an oversharer. One of the main reasons is because I think a lot of people aren't, and I think it's I don't know. I think it's just good. All right, I don't see any. Oh, here we go. Peletheus bent a pin on an iFlight flight controller. It was bent over to the next pin next to it, bent it back so it was tweezies, and it was all good. Apparently, it wasn't bent that bad though. Yeah, so the one that I bent, I got frustrated. Why not? You know, and I just kept ramming the connector home, and it the pin's supposed to be like this. So you did that. I bent it. The pin is supposed to be like this. I did this. And this is the back of the connector here. So it was flattened out on the back of the connector, and then it went up. So I had to like pull it up and then bend. Ooh, it was nasty. Tiago says use a painting mask. Don't you have M3 6200 or 7200? What painting mask? What are you talking about, Tiago? All right, I think we're good. Jesus. Why would a flight controller not fire all 5 tones every time? Roscoe's a guitar player. Very cool, man. If we ever get together, we'll have to jam. Parts for Brent Toys correctly says, and teaching is what you're doing now. Go figure. Night Dude, thanks again. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. I'm going to wrap it up. Roscoe, or not Roscoe, Greg, message me somewhere and we'll figure that out. You should always get 1, 2, 3, do. That's the ESC saying that it works, and it's saying that it has a proper connection. No, it's not. It's just saying that the ESC works, and then the last two, that's the flight controller saying that it can talk to the ESC. So if you're missing the first 3 beeps, that means your ESC is probably blown up. If you're missing the last 2 beeps, it could be a lot of different problems. But basically, the communication between the flight controller and the ESC is not happening. It's not happy. It could be something as simple as a motor resource being incorrect, or it could be as much as your plug header's not plugged in or something like that. Tiago says you don't want to be a teacher, and you're a driving instructor in FPV. You teach people to build quads. Yeah, and I would. What I would love to do with FPV at some point is to instruct in the similar way that I did with autocross. This is one of the reasons why I spend a lot of my FPV time flying and trying to get better as a pilot, because I really want to get to the point as a pilot where I can charge, or just, I would love to do it for free too, but I would love to do it for a living, charge money to teach people how to fly. We're a niche within a niche within a niche, so that's probably unrealistic, but what do you want to be when you grow up now, Ciotti? FPV instructor. There you go. I'll leave you guys with that. Spread that filter reduction strategy link around if you guys want. Affiliate stuff, whatever you guys want to do. You're awesome. Subscribees. Oh, here. Since you guys stayed till the end, I will give you the unlisted links, which I will get up on Patreon for you guys. But here you go. Here's the last 3 nights, the last 2 nights of quick and dirty edits of me flying the Pandemic. That's 2, and then here is the other one. There you guys go. Now you can watch them in full, disgusting 4K quality. Be good, everybody. Thanks for hanging. Some days you eat the bear. Some days the bear eats you. Later.